Dollar. Dirt and money, no soul. Had to go and get it, ain't no time to kick it. Got a stack of flip for my foes. Dollar. Please tell me you can hear me. Don't turn your back and don't neglect me. Just let me know if you need me. Dollar. Let me watch out for my partners. Keep my money long, get my team strong. Let me run away from my problems.
Yo, what's good, original crew, man? We're back today. We got a 90-day fiance. Can this engaged mama's boy get a job and grow up? Whoa. For one, that's two things.
He ain't got no job. And he a mama's boy, huh?
Well, that's actually three things. And he on 90-day fiance.
He got a lot going on.
Got too much going on to be thinking about some marriage.
Right.
But hey, with that being said, before you get into it, make sure you check out the links in the description box.
Down below.
You already know where to go. If you want to first support, all you got to do is check out down below. Also, if you enjoyed today's visuals,
like it with a thumbs up.
Man, let's get it. Get it. Ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Also, if y'all new, y'all already know what to do. Hit the subscribe. Join the family. Join the fun, man. Let's get it.
Everything is new.
This is America.
Did she say everything is new?
Mm-hmm.
I'm wondering what she mean by that. He said, this is America. There ain't no flex. Shit. Like, that's the only thing I be wondering, like, when people, like, really...
But I guess she's just saying, like, the scenery is new. Like, everything is, like...
No, she's talking about the road, probably looking... The sign.
Go,
it depends on where she from, though.
Right. We'll probably get
because I do know other countries got like roads, but you know our taxpayer money supposed to keep the job. Keep the job. Keep the roads nice.
Keep the job done.
Keep the roads nice.
Yeah.
But we always run into potholes, though.
What you said.
America, baby. This is America. Look at all the grass, everything, right?
Sometimes I feel like Greg's humor can
about grass.
be kind of a deflection.
And it's grass all over the earth.
He said
except for the water. Like Africa, they have grass. They have deserts too, but they got grass, right?
Yeah.
So what he had, like she never seen green grass before?
For whatever internal issues he's having, you know, he's still living in his mother's house at the age of 35.
Welcome back, everyone. A new season of 90 Days is upon us, and there are some old couples, there are some new couples, there's the first ever throuple, and
shit.
Okay, this is incredibly distracting. What is going on here? I feel like they're peering into my soul. I do not like this. I can hardly watch these two anymore because whenever they turn towards the camera, I feel like I have to hide behind my couch. You know?
Did she get her eyes done too? Because it looks like not like...
It don't look natural.
I know it's contacts. I hope it's contacts. And not that they went over there and had that eye surgery.
Oh.
You know, like Tiny did. For those who don't know TIY. Some people might not know. But, you know, she went over there and had that eye surgery where it's like she dyed her eyes to, like green or something?
Oh, I didn't know.
Yeah, you do.
If I said...
You do know that.
No, I didn't. I
These
didn't know
folks
she
some
wouldn't have no
fools.
surgery. I don't be keeping up with people. And I just let people live their life, child.
Look.
Well, she sure enough got them done, didn't she? But I didn't know that.
Oh, you didn't?
Yeah.
Her daughter went and had hers done too.
Oh, I probably... I don't know.
I wonder what's the long-term is the repercussions?
Repercussions.
Like, could it possibly
like
have?
the effects
like,
that it'll have long term later
Yeah.
on in life, yeah.
Like, I'll touch 40 and be, I can't see. You know?
No, for real, though. It's real.
You know, after all this time, I've been trying to figure out what I recognize
Would you get
Sarper from
yours?
because he looks so familiar. And then I remembered that scene from Ghostbusters.
You can have, like, them greenish...
I love my eyes. I love my dark eyes.
No, I'm saying you
fine.
can have, like, that greenish hazel joints and you be
I'm
like...
good. Thank you. I'm going to do that anyway. With these eyes I got.
So, would you ever have a laser eye surgery?
That's different.
I'm saying, but would you do that?
If it ever came down to it, because I know somebody who had it.
I know somebody too.
Yeah, and she said it was one
They
of
say
the
it's
best
all worse.
decisions. Yeah, she said it was one of the best decisions she made. So, yeah.
When the gargoyle turns into a monster and chases Rick Moranis around.
Why
got a milk bone.
Bro, I've seen this, but I can't remember
But
this.
today we're actually going to be
Have
talking
you?
about Greg and Joan, who are a new couple on
Seen
this
as a
season.
kid.
And this is certainly not one of those cases where anyone is getting used. Both of these two seem to love each other, and they're both likable people. The problem is there's no ignoring the fact that Greg is a bit of a man-child, and he's quite immature for being 35 years old. You can be the nicest guy in the world, but if you're 35, living with your mom, in debt, and turning down job offers before your fiance shows up to live with you, you're probably not going to...
Oh, no, that's a problem. Turning down job offers. It's one thing you putting in offers and
And
you
no
can't.
one's calling back. And you
Why
like,
do you
oh
think
my
he
God.
overqualified for certain jobs?
Or he
Hold
just-
on. Why would you apply for a job then they offer
Just
you
to
the
say
job?
that he applying, just to say that he's doing something.
Some people do. You know, some people a career job application.
Yeah, for real.
What you do for a living? I put in
I put
applications.
in applications. Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Then
yeah.
I turned down the job. You know, I ain't really trying to work.
And they folks would think, oh, you put in applications for people? Help me get. Nah, I put in for myself.
going to have a happy marriage, and you're definitely not going to be able to support a family.
My work ethic can be a little laxed sometimes, right? Call it ADHD or just call it being lazy. I don't know.
You know, I like to have a nice meal cooked for
He
him.
called me.
I'm doing my laundry. I'll go
I'm gonna call it spoiled. Mama got you spoiled.
in his room and scoop everything up that's dirty. I have to clean the bathroom upstairs, straighten out his room when he leaves the room, put out the garbage.
Okay, I see the problem. So where is Greg when his mother is doing all of these things? Well, Greg is unemployed, so he just spends most of the day doing that. When Greg isn't spending time being unemployed, he talks about owning a bakery because that's been his lifelong dream. But at this point, he's at that age where he should probably put...
So does he have a culinary degree or he just worked in somebody's kitchen? He wants to...
He got some little stuff.
He want to own his own bakery. You know somebody own his own bakery. What is he doing now? Cause he's trying to get rid of the bakery.
Yeah, I think he's trying to sell it.
And he won what? Which one did he win? Which
Did he
kickoff
win
show?
or was he just on there?
I swear I thought he won.
I don't think he won. I think he was like in the top. But
No, I swear I thought he won. What's TM9? Like, what's it?
I don't think he won, did he? No, he didn't win. He was just on there, but he didn't
I
win.
swear I thought he was.
Let's go.
He's considered a chef though, right? Or he's considered just a baker.
I don't know.
He literally, it's a guy
I
she
don't
grew
know.
up. You grew up with him, right?
Yeah.
And it's
yeah.
a guy she grew up with. He competed, and he's like, "Oh, the guy here, he won."
The guy here won.
It's another guy here that we like. He won. What he won the joint with Gordon Ramsay, didn't he?
I think he was on that one, yeah.
But the guy
But
know,
he has a culinary degree. The one I know.
Oh, so he does have a culinary
Yeah,
degree.
he went to
Okay,
actual culinary school.
I didn't know he went to school for it. Okay.
Put that on hold for now and just be a little bit more realistic. I'm not exactly sure what he's been doing for a job, if anything, because he says he's a freelance plumber, but only for his friends and family.
I don't have a typical 9 to 5. Plumbing is just a means to an end. You know, it's not something I'm very...
Boy, go get you a trade in it, and it pays well. You do look like a plumber.
He does. What a plumber look like? He doesn't want to. I don't think he really wants.
What does
to,
a plumber look
I don't
like?
think he really.
What does a plumber look like?
Let's move past that.
We
I
know
wasn't looking
what-
for an answer. I don't think he. You so. I don't think he probably really wants to work for real.
But there's nothing wrong with being a plumber. It's a good paying ass job.
It is. Who
That's why I
says
said go get
anything was wrong
go
with
get a
it?
trade. No, I'm saying because you was like, I guess some
I
people.
said, what does a plumber
I'm saying
look
some people
like?
might be thinking I'm trying to crack jokes, and I'm like, no, there's actually good money in it. Like,
Yeah, there's good money in a
if
lot
you
of
already-
jobs that
if you
people
already know what you're
feel
doing.
like they too high and mighty to go get.
like
go
if you
get a
already know
job.
what you're doing, bro, go get your certificate in it so you can make real money.
Facts.
passionate about. Right now, my customers are just friends and family mainly, and also
My
like friends of
customers.
friends.
It's so funny that he's describing them as customers when we all know his family got together and they were like, all right, we need to do something about Greg. We need to make him feel useful.
That's
Does anybody
fast.
have any ideas? Well, I've been having an issue with my sink recently. Perfect. Sounds like a job for Greg. I'll send him over this afternoon. I'll give him a box of tools. He'll have a wrench. Does he know how to do that? Is he
He'll
familiar
figure it
with
out.
plumbing? That's not important. All right, so what time works for you?
So he one of them crackhead mechanics.
Whoever did this originally, yeah, they
So Greg and Joan actually did not meet online. They met in person when Greg was on a trip
Oh!
to Uganda. They hit it off right away and ended up really liking each other, but Greg never expected to hear from her again until she added him as a friend on social media. After he visited a few more times, they got engaged, and Joan decided she was going to move to America and live with Greg and his mom. Despite being 9 years younger than Greg,
She probably
Okay.
now she's 9 years young, but she's probably okay with it because a lot of times in their cultures, that's what you do. You might pack up and move in, because like different cultures, different backgrounds. Yeah, like I'm still. But do the men normally move in, stay at home, or it's the women and they move in with they husband move
I'm
in
not
with
sure,
them?
babe.
In certain cultures, you know what I'm talking about. Like,
Yeah, I wonder how his mom feel about, for one, he's not working and not doing anything or supporting, and then now he's about to bring
a whole nother mouth to feed.
So I do wonder how she feels about
a
that.
whole nother mouth to feed.
Yeah.
That's a big step for her. And is mama working as she retired? Like,
Yeah.
And does she plan on working?
True.
Greg, Joan has had a more successful career. She has a bachelor's degree in marketing, and she was the director of a nonprofit organization. She's giving up a lot to be with Greg and essentially be taken care of by his mother for the foreseeable future.
Which room is she going to live in?
Listen, we have a futon on one end of the wall.
I can't do that to her. That's not right.
Does she know your living arrangements?
So yeah, she's leaving her job and her
Like
family
100%.
to come crash on Greg's mom's futon for a couple years while he gets his shit together. That's what every fiance would love to do. They all dream of that. And remember, she can't work here for a certain period of time, so she just has to sit at home and watch him play League of Legends. But it's okay, because this is America, baby. We got grass, we got supermarkets, we got mom's futon. We're in $8,000 of debt.
We do eventually intend to get in my mother's house, but it's just going to take some time. She can't work until we get that green card and stuff like that, so it definitely is going to be all on me. I'm really working on the bakery.
So recently, Greg turned down a government job because he said he wasn't passionate about it and he would be miserable there, and he wants to focus all his energy on opening up.
You 35,
Greg.
bro. You 35.
You don't have no room to be turning down no jobs at your big age. Still living with your mama.
Now, I'll say this. It'll be different if it's a situation like that. I turned down the job, right? That time I turned down the job, like, hey, you remember? Mm-hmm. So I turned down the job because C had just moved here. We just graduated college. I had a job. C just moved here. I got presented with a job offer where we'll have to relocate all the way across the country. And I was like, I personally wouldn't want to have to uproot, and we both having to relocate. I swear, bro. I swear. So I turned down the job.
Yeah, I know you turned it down, but I would have been willing to.
But wasn't just trying to put me first. I was also thinking about.
But you didn't even discuss it with me. But anyway, that's neither here nor there.
I'm just saying, like, bro, you have no job. You have nothing going.
Yeah.
Go work the job on your days off and save up some money. On the days off, invest into the bakery. When you clock out, invest into the bakery. You know what I'm saying? You can go to.
Cause how you?
His own
bakery. My bad.
Cause my thing is, how you gonna have a bakery? How you gonna start a bakery and do all this stuff
Mama gonna finance
when you ain't got no money?
Did you poke yourself?
No, I just fell off.
No, I'm saying then because you jumped.
Oh no!
But you
don't have any money.
Mama gonna finance it like she financed everything else. Mama just don't want that girl coming to live with her.
Wasn't passionate about it, and he would be miserable there, and he wants to focus all his energy on opening up his own bakery. He said the same thing about plumbing. He's like, oh, I'm not passionate about it. Does he understand that it's not about passion? You just kind of need to get a job when you're 35. You can't be this selective about your jobs when you're living with your mother and you have a fiance and you want to have 4 kids.
Feels like I've been waiting my entire life for this moment. It's like, opening that box of pizza and just having that first slice, taking that first bite. It's going to be like the whole world stops for a second, like fireworks. And
I love the drastic difference between those two things. A box of pizza and the entire world stopping for a second. It's one or the other, It's one or the other. Either or. Both of them accurately describe how I feel. I don't know. I feel like starting your life with your fiance should be a little bit better than a bite of pizza, but I get what he's saying. So Greg arrives at the airport to meet Joan, and he brings a loaf of bread with him that has her name carved into it. It's a nice gesture. It's sweet of him to do that, but it's undeniably funny to see him hold up a loaf of bread like it's a sign when you can't even read her name on there.
Yes, I like it. Instead of holding a cardboard sign, It feels amazing to be reunited again. It feels like I'm waking up for the first time ever, being born out of my mom.
She don't even know what she done signed up for.
His womb, you know.
You know what? She might actually think he got a little money for him to be able to finance a trip to Uganda. You gotta have some.
I'm pretty sure she knows that.
She probably don't know 100% his real.
Well, she probably
true
don't know
financial
that
and living.
he's not working for real, and he's turning down all these jobs. But
She probably know
he
that.
stay with his mom.
But she probably don't know his like financial situation.
Yeah.
That's what I mean.
Yeah, I feel you.
He gotta be a broke boy, unless mom and them. Unless he got some money. I don't know. Some people a little bit more privileged than others.
Sign, you know? It feels amazing to be reunited again. It feels like I'm waking up for the first time ever, being born out of my mother's womb, you know?
So these two actually seem really good together. Everything is very happy in the beginning until Greg has to break the news to Joan that they won't be staying in the same room. I think this is when reality hits her, that they aren't starting their life together yet, that they're actually just living with his mom. And
Mama said, not under my roof.
going to lose a significant amount of independence that she had in Uganda. Not to mention, she still doesn't know that Greg recently turned down a really good job just so he could spend more time with her.
So we were having a conversation about you coming here. And, you know, one thing we were talking about is just like obviously us getting intimate, making scooterly poop. And she was very concerned because she doesn't want to hear noises and all these crazy things.
You talk to your parents about intimacy?
Oh man, Greg is heading down the path of Clayton real fast. Now, of course, I understand why she's a little bit freaked out that they talked about this, but that's part of the issue when you're living with your mother and your fiance at 35. This kind of thing is inevitably going to come up. It's not exactly the biggest turn on in the world, and that's how you get situations like Clayton. But, you know, at least Greg didn't make the mistake of having 30 guinea pigs running around and having his mom live in a closet. Now, that's where Clayton went wrong. You just don't do that. It's a classic mistake.
It's not that I got into like raw details about everything, like, you know what I mean? But I told her, I was like, listen, I hear you, I understand. And she had asked if it was possible. Oh my God.
It was possible to what?
Maybe you wanted to sleep in like a separate room.
But listen, it's a great room. I got you.
You see how he tried to, boy, you ain't sleep. And then, Mom, at the end of the day, it's going to be a time where they at the house. You ain't at the house. What the hell you think they gonna do if you always at the house trying to monitor?
It out, right.
There's gonna be a time where Mama's she gonna sleep. All right, let's get it in. Like, sure, you ain't gonna prevent nothing. You ain't gonna prevent nothing. They gonna, if they want it, they gonna have it.
You're all hooked up down there. There's a futon, there's a lava lamp. I got the Sega Dreamcast going. Maybe after my mom falls asleep, I can sneak down the hallway and watch you play Sonic Adventure. Damn it, Greg, are you serious? You don't even have jet set radio?
I'm not sleeping in a separate room.
No, I don't want you to. You know,
but Mom
maybe we can
says you have
compromise
to.
on something with Mom, like leaving the door open.
Leaving the door open for what? So she can hear it more easily? It sounds like Greg's mother just wanted them to stay in separate rooms.
Boy,
I'm done.
Greg,
Boy,
go get your own.
Please go get a job.
And get
Save
your
up
own
and get your own
place.
stuff.
And then send her back
Y'all
home
want
until
4
you got.
kids? What y'all gonna be living with Mama forever?
Send her back home so she.
Well, he want 4 kids.
Send her back home till you can actually provide for a woman.
Exactly.
Bro. Like it's different when like you bringing another woman from a whole nother country. You know, like the situation of her coming here, she can't go to work right away. She can't do certain things. So in this type of situation, you have to be the provider.
You have to
like relocate. If you're gonna relocate a woman, please be able to provide and take care of the woman. If you can't relocate, or at least try to.
Out of respect until they got married, but she didn't really specify her opinion on whether they are intimate or not. It's just one of those things that's going to be awkward no matter what you do, so it's best to just avoid it entirely. But at this point, Greg is nowhere near close enough to moving out, and he's actually in debt. He's also saying that he doesn't want to rent because it's a waste of money, so he wants...
He got horrible credit, that's why. He doesn't want to rent.
He got excuse after excuse.
No, that's the excuse, because he just said he in debt. He ain't got no job. He got a horrible credit score. He couldn't go get an apartment or a house if he wanted to. The excuse is it's a waste of money. No, it's not. It's not a waste of money because it's still providing a roof over your head.
To stay with his mother until he can buy a place. Again, he's being incredibly picky for someone in his position.
During the day, if we're all home and she's home, she doesn't want us like going upstairs and fooling around, you know?
Like we can go upstairs, nothing happened.
Like, I don't know. I just don't want to disrespect my mom in her house, and I completely understand that. You know what I mean?
To be fair to Greg, he is self-aware at least. He's not delusional like so many other people on the show. Whenever his mother or his fiance or friends of his have any concerns, he never argues with them and he always listens. But at the same time, I could see him being one of those people that just never really puts in the effort to change. He seems really complacent and content at his mother's by his own admission, so Joan is really going to have to push him, and I don't know if she's going to be up for the task. This is how a situation can go Clayton real fast, but Greg has a lot more personality than Clayton, and you can tell that these two actually love each other, so I'm not even super pessimistic about them, but there are definitely some unavoidable problems here.
But listen, going into this, like, I hope you're not mad, or you know what I mean? Don't be, like, sour, or, you know?
No, I'm not mad. I'm just sad. I'm sad. I feel like crying just because of thinking of that situation.
Don't cry. It's all right.
So judging from Greg's
what the
facial
fuck I get
expression, he
myself?
seems to be a little bit surprised that she is upset by this. Maybe he is just so accustomed to how he's living already that he doesn't
He's
see
too
what a
comfortable.
drastic change it is for her. Because I think it would be difficult for anyone to leave their life behind, their family, their job, the place that they lived. It's a lot. I think the living situation with his mother is just adding another level of stress to it because she no longer has the independence she had before.
In Uganda, I had like a life. I'm a director at an NGO, so I have a bachelor's degree. And here in America, I'm a nobody, have nothing to do. I have to just sit home, staying in my mother-in-law's house.
So Joan actually says that she wouldn't have even moved to America yet if she knew they had to stay in separate rooms, which means that Greg is going to have to try really hard to convince his mom to let them have a sleepover. But Mom, we're going to be like getting married and stuff. That's not fair. Mom, every time you say something, you end up going back on it later and it's not fair, and now we're doing this in front of Joan. Mom, do you know what the Wi-Fi password is? No, I know you don't know how to change it, but it's changed. It's not what it was. I don't know what to tell you. So Joan meets Greg's mom and everything seems to be going pretty well.
Joan seems very shy and very clingy with Gregory.
Clingy? You mean you're calling me clingy?
There's things that has to be put out there, you know, on the table, and just think that they're not in their own place. And
It's a bit too soon to tell if Greg's mom is using Debbie's playbook, but I think that's on the horizon. Joan definitely wants Greg to understand that this is meant to be a temporary thing, because he seems to have a habit of just putting everything up in the air, like, oh, we'll get to it when we get to it. But at a certain point,
That man will marry this woman and raise a whole family still in his mama's house. He's content with that. She's okay with it.
I wonder, has his mom ever been like, Greg, you have to get up and get out?
Hell no.
I feel like until then, he's going to continue to live this way.
Where's Greg dead? Because then that would answer a lot of questions. Say for instance, Greg dad passed early, and then it's only been them two. Mm-hmm. Then that's another bond. Yeah. That's gonna be even hard for her to come in between them and possibly separate the two.
Or if he's never probably
had a father
been
around.
like in his and then it's still just been them two. Yeah. So it's still like that type of thing. So I don't know.
You get what I mean though?
Mm-hmm.
you need to start taking steps in that direction.
20 pounds of gobble.
So Joan goes into Greg's room and he has a 2017 calendar on the wall, and she's like, oh, wasn't that like 7 years ago?
I don't know. My mom put it up there. I just never really took it down. I guess I kind of just like the dogs, you know? They're adorable. This is obviously the bed.
Hey, Ma, we need a new calendar. It's not 2017 anymore. She thinks it's 2017. She's crazy. Listen, babe, I know this isn't ideal. Trust me, I hear you. But just remember, we're only going to be here for 2 years. But don't worry, we're going to get plenty of freedom. The basement is our kingdom. It's like a mom-free zone. She's not even allowed down there. So Greg ends up getting a little bit emotional over the fact that they can't stay in the same room because he just wants Joan to feel as comfortable as possible here. I think his mom just feels bad, and she's...
The problem is, he got a bed, she got a futon. Then she gonna be disrespectful. It's probably better than what you used to. I can see the mama saying some shit like that.
I'll be like, girl, you don't know what I got going, what I had. No.
You don't see it? You don't see it?
Said that she hasn't seen him get emotional like that before, so she ends up giving in and they stay in the same room. But I think the rule is no scootily poop and the door must remain open. So they wake up together and everything is all nice, but then all of a sudden they hear the weed whacker going outside and he's like, hey Ma, what are you doing?
Hey Mom.
He needs to be up there doing
You guys
that.
better not be scootily pooping up there.
We hugged a little bit, and then she passed like almost out immediately.
So later in the day, they have a conversation about showers because Joan takes like 2 to 3 showers a day, and obviously Greg isn't the one paying for the water bill. It seems like they're trying to get as many of these conversations out of the way right in the beginning so they don't have to just keep having them over and over.
Gregory says you'd like to take a lot of showers.
Yeah.
How many a day? Are they long showers?
Well, not long shower.
Are they hot showers?
This is something that would be much less of an issue if Greg just got a job and started chipping in a little bit. It's surprising that his mom has had the patience to put up with everything for so long and continues to when he declines jobs. She's also apparently never even asked him to pay rent, and somehow he doesn't have a lot built up in savings. It's pretty evident how inexperienced he is when they go to the grocery store and he doesn't have any type of budget. He just says he gets whatever. This is something that is very easy to do and say when it's not your own money that you're spending.
Greg is taking me to the supermarket in America for the first time. I'm excited because I've only seen the supermarkets in the movies. They look very beautiful and organized, but the more beautiful they look, the more expensive stuff.
That's fact.
You done peeped on it, huh? You done peeped it, huh?
Budget for now.
Do I have a budget right now? Really? If I just see something I like, I just buy it?
It's funny because he goes around pointing out how expensive things are. He's like, look, babe, this is $5 here. So things are not easy to afford. That's why it's important to get a job and save up money. Wait, why am I telling you this? You're the one who had... Never mind.
Yeah, so this okra, just so you know, right?
He's older than everybody listening to this. Bro.
That's his. I mean,
I know what you finna ask.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
What?
Does his mom just pay for the
I
groceries?
about to say, does his mom give him an allowance or something? Like, for real. I'm like wondering. Does she? Because I was like, I don't know if he mentioned it. I probably missed it or something.
He probably just take her card.
Because how you just going in the store just, if I
Greg,
want it, I get it. Like, but you don't
I ain't
have
gonna lie,
money.
Greg. Mama must got some money. Got a nice house. You ain't gotta work.
Has he ever had a job? He had... No, I will hope he...
What about his...
He's had a job.
Do he got a degree in anything? Only thing we know, he want to do bakery, and he
wants his own
and he said he
shop,
do plumbing, and can tell whether or not a plumber did
a bad job or not.
Why you ain't a plumber? Then?
I don't know. And then you turn it down like government job. What are you doing? I'm so confused.
Well, the government job could have been he applied for the post office.
Okay, that's still a good job
with good benefits.
Yes.
Or he could have just put in a job application for like the health department or something.
Okay, though still
poor paying job, good benefits.
That don't matter, bro. Anything is better than
I applied
nothing.
for one of them jobs coming out of college, y'all. I said, damn. I said, well, if I get it, the benefits, the income, the benefits outweigh the income. I was like, it got good benefits. That money ain't gonna be shit.
Come on, bro.
You remember I had applied?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, I was one of the first jobs I ever applied for work for the state.
Oh, well, yeah, I remember that, yeah.
But I forgot what exactly what it was.
The health department.
Well, I'm just saying applying for a state job.
But
like,
I remember it, yeah.
But I was just like, it was like, I forgot.
For a caseworker.
A caseworker, and I forgot what type of caseworker it was. But, and I said, damn, they don't pay shit, though. I said, but the benefits.
Right? Look, it's $4.
Almost $4.
Right?
This okra would be I want. $1K. I want me and Greg to get our own house soon.
Unless I'm missing something, they're at least a few years away from that.
Girl, you asked for too much out there, man.
No, he should have already had his...
You already knew from the beginning you asked for too much.
But now that you have her here, that should motivate you to be like, yes, I don't want to be staying with mama forever.
Bro, if
go get a job.
As a man, if you can't motivate your own self to go get a job,
Facts,
a woman ain't gonna...
Facts, I agree. But in this case...
A woman will motivate you to... If you got a little spark in it,
He's not motivated.
a woman can motivate you to do better than what you already doing. But if you ain't doing shit, a woman ain't finna come in and change
ain't
nothing.
motivated, so I need him to get something.
Hell, the main woman in his life ain't motivating him to do shit. What the fuck he gonna do? Girl, you come number 2 in women in his life.
That even being a possibility.
Maybe
she seems
3.
to really like Greg, though, so I think as long as he gets a job and just takes a few steps in the right direction every now and then, they'll be fine.
The plan for the future, I declined that state job.
Go get the
I don't know,
over
with you
there.
coming and everything, I just wanted to be able to spend time with you.
To me, this seems pretty irresponsible for someone
Very
in his position. He should be trying to save up as soon as possible to get out of his mom's house because she clearly doesn't want to be there. Sure, you'll be able to spend more time with her now, but all you're really doing is just postponing your future. He then goes on to tell her that he would have been miserable at that job and he wasn't passionate about it, but you kind of have to make sacrifices when it comes to that. You can't just wait around for something that you'd absolutely love to do, especially when you're 35.
And it's not necessarily something I was really passionate about. I think I would have been kind of like not miserable going to work. I just wouldn't have enjoyed it at all.
Welcome to America, where most of us are miserable going to the damn job. That's part of life.
A lot of people really don't.
A lot of people are not working jobs that they dreamed about doing.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, there's food that has to be put on the table. You spoiled, miserable ass brat. You know what I'm saying?
At 35.
At 35, you still acting like a spoiled, miserable, I'm supposed to have everything I want in the world as brat.
It just wasn't what I wanted to do,
Girl, come on, Betty, you done this.
Dude, I think she just wants to know that
he's
you
stressing
intend to
me
take
out.
this seriously and that you're actually going to take care of her. What are you going to be, 45 years old?
He
Like,
said he
I'm
want
just
4
waiting for the
kids.
right opportunity. I haven't found a
To
job
pass
that
that
just
mindset
works
on
for me
to?
yet, He says that
Entitled
other
ass
opportunities will
bitch.
come along, which is, of course, possible, but you can't just keep pushing everything off because you think something better is going to come along. So in this next scene, Greg and Joan go out to dinner with Greg's friends, and
at
of course
Charlie.
they have a lot of questions.
I mean, obviously, we're going to push towards getting our own place.
Yeah.
But it's going to take time, dude. I don't want to rent.
So what do you want to do?
The bakery, man. I want
You want to open a bakery?
Greg keeps talking about this bakery, but it doesn't seem like he's making any steps.
And he don't want to rent the bakery shop either because it'll be a waste of money. He want to buy his own building.
He ain't got no money.
So, no money, no job, but he
No,
want to.
nothing.
But he want to buy a house and buy a bakery because he don't believe in
Like, you
renting.
just want to keep talking about what you
He
want to
don't
do,
believe
but
in
you're
renting.
not
It's a
putting
waste.
anything.
He don't believe in renting. It's a waste of money.
I know.
So if you don't rent a house and you don't rent a bakery, he said he gonna buy everything.
Yeah.
He already in debt with no job. What they equal? Bad credit.
Yeah.
So in America, how he gonna buy anything? He don't want to rent, but he want 4 kids.
Come on. Greg just talking.
Greg ain't got no insurance. He ain't got shit. He ain't even got a pot to. He ain't even got a pot to offer you to be able to piss in.
No, not of his own.
Not a. He ain't got a can of soup to give you
Okay, babe, come on.
that he bought.
Steps towards that goal. You can't just sit around and talk about opening a bakery all day. You kind of you have to start doing something at a certain point. Not to mention the fact that many businesses like that take at least a few years to turn a profit. It's not a dream he has
That
to
is
throw
true.
away, but it's definitely something he needs to put on the shelf for now.
You're not some trust fund hipster whose, parents have unlimited funds to finance whatever dreams that you have.
So the guys are really grilling me hard about getting a real job and moving out of my mom's house. It is true, it's
You
all
got some good
warranted.
friends.
But the amount of money that I have been spending to go back and forth to Uganda, the food.
But you live at home and you're 35. That's the point. How do you not have more money saved by now? It's frustrating because it's like you can't even get mad at this guy. Every time you say something, he's like, I know, it's all warranted. I need to do something about it. Yeah, so do something about it. I mean, 90% of their problems would be solved if he just got a job, so it's only a matter of time. If he doesn't do that, I'm assuming she's going to get fed up. And all in all, this guy is not nearly as bad as many other people on this show. I really could see this working out as long as he gets his shit together.
What's like the end game? Like, what is it you're looking for in the end, the both of you?
I want as many kids as she's willing to give me,
How many kids are you willing to give? 2. Very realistic number, thank you.
I would settle for 4.
He wants 10. Child. By the time he'll settle for 4, baby, you'll get.
He wants 10.
Keep playing. You gonna get 0.
He wants 10, but he ain't got a house to provide his wife. How the fuck you gonna take care of 10 kids when you can't take care of your own grown ass self at 35?
10 whole kids, child. Okay. Sounds nice.
What in the entitlement?
10 kids.
Like dude said, you ain't a trust fund baby, man.
Right?
Your daddy is not Donald Trump. It's not your daddy is not Warren Buffett. Like who the fuck you think you is, Greg?
Oh.
Greg, your mama barely she good. She ain't broke, but she good.
But I have to be taking care of your grown self.
Look at Charlie putting that game. More is critical.
Yeah, you heard that right. He will settle for 4 kids, but ideally he wants at least 10. Now, I know he's not suggesting they do that right now or anything, but if he wants this to be a reality, I hope he recognizes what he needs to do.
If looking
Get a
at
job.
the way he handles his like savings, doesn't save, so he needs a budget.
I am worried that things are not going to work
blow
out, and
money.
she's just gonna kick him to the side, to be honest with you.
So there you have it. That is the
She's
Greg
gonna
and
kick him
Joan
to the
story
side.
so far. Do you think all of their problems are things they can
if
work
they
through
get it
together,
together.
or do you think this
Wait,
is
those
inevitably
ways
going to
is-
just end
she's
with them
gonna-
breaking up?
to the
In the
side.
next video, we're going to talk about the first ever throuple on the show, and boy, let me tell you, this is a disaster waiting to happen. I'm sure even most polyamorous people would admit that this is not how you do it, and this is not going to end well. If a married couple that already has children is planning to get divorced and have the husband get remarried to a new woman from a different country so she can live in America, how is jealousy not going to come into play there? Like, how is that going to work? Spoiler alert, it doesn't. It's not going to work, but we will get to that next time. I hope you guys all enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful week, and I'll see you in the next one.
Lord.
Yeah.
Lord.
Greg doesn't seem like a horrible person. Like he seemed like he has, you know.
But
like
he's
you
lazy
said.
as a motherfucker.
But he just, he needs to get his stuff together.
Or
at
what did
35.
he used to do as far as a job?
Because he did something, right?
Because he got money.
He has some money saved,
And
he's
savings.
just been, living off of that. So I do wonder what he was doing before and what caused you to be like, I don't want to go work anymore. I don't want to go work anymore, and just turning down jobs.
Laziness.
Yeah, but okay, sorry.
Hey man, y'all spam us up in the comments. Y'all let us know y'all thoughts about it for us down below. But until next time, y'all know how it go, man. I do go by the name DJ New Kid. This is.
Zero to go.
We are.
Kid and C.
We are.
Ain't no time to kick it, got a stack of flip for my foes. Dollar. Please tell me you can hear me. Don't turn your back and don't neglect me. Just let me know if you need me. Dollar. Let me watch out for my partners.